prove that E del equals del E equals delta equals E minus 1. Let us give f of x as input to the operator del E. When the innermost operator, shift operator, acts on input f of x, the output displayed is f of x plus h. Because working of shift operator is that it will shift input position x to x plus h. Now f of x plus h will act as input to the operator del, which is the backward difference operator. The working of backward difference operator is that it will take difference between function's value at this position x plus h and function's value at the decremented position x plus h minus h. That is, we will have output displayed as f of x plus h minus f of x when f of x plus h acts as input to the backward difference operator. But this can also be evaluated as forward difference operator acting on input f of x, because when forward difference operator is receiving an input f of x, it will evaluate difference between function's value at the incremented position x plus h minus function's value at this position itself. Thus, we have del E equals delta, or we have giving f of x as input to operator del E is exactly the same as giving the same input f of x as input to the operator delta, which is the forward difference operator, from which we can conclude that del E equals delta. Suppose now you give f of x as input to the operator E del, that is the innermost operator, backward difference operator. When receives f of x as input, it will display the output as f of x minus h. Now this acts as input to the shift operator. Shift operator will shift every x by x plus h. Thus you have the output obtained as f of x plus h minus f of x. But this can also be expressed as forward difference operator acting on input f of x, because when forward difference operator gets f of x as input, this is the same output displayed. Thus we obtained the conclusion that giving f of x as input to operator E del is exactly the same as giving same input f of x as input to the operator delta. Thus we have E del equals delta. Now we will prove that E minus 1 equals delta, which is the forward difference operator. When f of x is given as input to the operator E minus 1, you will get f of x plus h minus f of x, because when f of x is received as input by shift operator E, the output displayed is f of x plus h. Thus you have E minus 1 f of x equals f of x plus h minus f of x. This can also be written as forward difference operator acting on f of x. That is, giving f of x as input to operator E minus 1 is exactly the same as giving same input f of x to the operator delta. Therefore, E minus 1 equals delta.